My dear brothers and sisters, I was talking about the forms of ibadah, worship. Worship and worshipping Allah is not restricted to certain rituals we do, such as prayer, fasting, going to Hajj. No, this is one example of worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is one form of worship. Another form of worship is to go and work, earn money, so you can maintain the dignity of yourself and your family, so you do not become a burden on the society, so you do not extend the hand of begging from people. You save your face by working hard. Jesus alayhi salam saw a man. قال لرجل ما تصنع. What do you do? What is your job? فقال أتعبد. My job is I worship God. I worship God. I spend time worshiping God, praying. قال فمن يعود عليك. Then who spends on you? Jesus asked the man who says, I worship Allah, I spend my time praying. He says, then who spends on you? قال أخي, my brother. قال أخوك أعبد منك. Then your brother who spends money, who works and who spends money on you, he worships God more than you do. He's a better worshiper of Allah than you. See, my dear brothers and sisters, one of the things that Islam emphasizes is maintaining one's dignity. The dignity of Muslim individual is a sacred thing in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah would not allow, would not permit any Muslim to shed his own dignity in any way or form or shape, even by, for example, not working and becoming a burden in the society, becoming a freeloader, going to the next door office, asking for welfare, for cash, for help. That's not what Islam wants for us. Islam says, go and work hard. I have given you brain, I have given you health, I have given you muscles. Go and work hard and you earn your own income, and do not be a burden on the community, on the society. And that's why the hadith says, الْيَدُ الْعُلْيَا خَيْرٌ مِنَ الْيَدِ السُّفْلَى. The giving hand is much better than the receiving hand. You be given, you be a giving person is better for you than becoming a receiving person. And I say this, my dear brothers and sisters, because often I see people in our community who feel embarrassed of taking on certain jobs. For example, working in a gas station or in shoes factory or meat factory. That's not my job. They have a problem working and taking on these type of jobs, but they have no problem asking the welfare office to give them some cash. In fact, that's even worse. In the eyes of Allah, that's even worse. To ask for help from the government is much worse than working in any job. Because in Islam, there is no aib job. There is no disgraced job. All jobs are good and honorable. Any job you take, even if you fix sewage, even if you collect trash, that's not a aib job, my dear brothers and sisters. What's a disgraced job is to engage in a haram, haram career, selling liquor, selling drugs, engaging in a haram career, in gambling industry, winery industry. This is what's aib. But to take on any job, it's not aib at all. فليس على عبد تقي غضاضة إذا صحح التقوى وإن حاك أو حجم. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam says, no matter what job you take on, it's not aib as long as you preserve your piety. So Islam encourages people to work, to be part of the workforce, not to be a burden on the community, not to go and beg for cash, unless someone has no other choice. Sometimes people have no other choice. An elderly person, a disabled person, they have no other choice but to ask for help and assistance. That's fine. But for some people who have no excuse, they can work, and the only reason they don't work is because they are embarrassed to take on certain jobs. And then they go and ask for help, whether from the government or certain mosques or certain charitable organizations. That's the aib thing. Islam says when you go and work, in fact, that is a form of worship. Another form of worship, my dear brothers and sisters, from an Islamic perspective, the Prophet ﷺ says, نظر الولد إلى والديه حبا لهما عبادة. Another form of worship is to show your love to your parents by even looking at them. By even looking at your parents with love and compassion, it is a form of ibadah. To be good to your parents is a form of ibadah. To extend hand of help to your parents is a form of ibadah. To take care of their personal needs is a form of ibadah. Musa alayhi salam, the great prophet of Allah, asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one day, he says, my Lord, I want you to tell me who is my rafiqi fil jannah, my companion in paradise. I want to know that person. Who is going to be given that blessing to be my companion in paradise? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him, so and so will be your companion in paradise. Who is so and so? Is he a prophet? No. Is he someone who spends days and nights worshiping Allah? No. He's a butcher. A butcher is my companion? Yes. So he must have done something great that he deserved that honor to be Moses' companion in heaven. Musa said, I want to go and see what kind of good deed this man did in his life that he deserved to be my companion. So he goes to him. Once he goes to him, he watches him closely. Would he wake up for the midnight prayer? No. Would he give so much cash to the poor? No, he didn't see him doing that. Would he recite the Torah a lot? No. Would he do extra prayers? No, he would just do his regular prayers. So what is it that he would do that he deserves to be Moses' companions in Akhirah? So he asked the guy, what do you do? Is there any special thing you do in your life? He says, well, I don't know, but I have one good deed that I do every day. He says, what is it? He says, I have a mother who is paralyzed and she never leaves her bed. every day before going to work, I go to my mother. I spend 2-3 hours. I bathe her. I feed her. I clean her. I give her her medicine. And then I go to work every single day. Every single day. What a great man. Musa alayhi salam says, can you take me to your mother? He says, yes, of course. Tomorrow when I go to her, you can come with me. He takes his mother, Musa alayhi salam, to his mother. The mother does not recognize Musa alayhi salam. She doesn't know who this person is. She thought it's a stranger came to see her with her son. Musa alayhi salam notices that this son was so compassionate with his mother that when he enters the room, he never raises his voice. He would delicately treat his mother so she would not be annoyed with any noise or any movement. He would, with so much love and mercy, he would take his mother off of her bed. He cleans the bed. He changes her bed. He puts her back. So after 2 or 3 hours this guy spent with his mother taking care of her, Musa alayhi salam heard his mother, the mother of this man, doing a dua for her son. And part of her dua was, Allahumma ij'al waladi rafiqa Musa rafiqa nabiyyika Musa fil Jannah. My Lord, make my son the companion of Prophet Musa in heaven. That is the prayer of the mother for her son. So my dear brothers and sisters, this is another form of worship. To take care of our parents, their need to fulfill their needs, to make sure that they are happy and comfortable. Yesterday I was, not yesterday, 3 days ago actually, I was visiting an honorable individual, an honorable member of our community, who is elderly. He's not feeling well. He is on the machine. And when the hospital gave his family, his wife and his son, the choice to take him to the nursing home, they said, no. We will turn our home into a nursing home. And they did. They turned one part of the house into a lobby where the man is being laid on his bed, along with machines. The wife went and took a course in learning how to treat a patient on the machine. The son is spending lots of his time, and he's a businessman, with his father, taking care of his father. This is, my dear brothers and sisters, what distinguishes a true Muslim individual from others. By focusing on what really matters in life. Money will go one day, will go away. Prestige will go one day away. But your good deed for yourself by taking care of your parents will be recorded for you. It will be a perpetual deed for you. My dear brothers and sisters, before I conclude, I would